Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the United Way campaign closing celebration. I'm Amy Lindner. I'm the president and CEO of United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County, and I'm so thrilled to be with you tonight for this very special evening. Tonight, it's all about you, our donors, our volunteers at United Way. It's a night of celebration, of recognition, and most importantly, a night of gratitude. And speaking of gratitude, I want to take just a moment to acknowledge and thank tonight's celebration sponsor. If you've attended any of our online events over the past several months, you've seen this familiar logo appear on your screen more than once. Thank you, BMO Harris Bank, for being such a great partner. Your commitment to the community has always shown all of us what it means to live united. We are so proud to be your partner. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's campaign closing event. So here we are, approaching the end of this very long year. We have all heard the variety of words used to describe 2020. Unprecedented, challenging, uncertain, the new normal. Our friend Greg Marcus calls it the new temporary. As we look back at it all, I'm not sure we can truly find the right words to accurately describe what exactly our world has been through. There are other words we heard too often in 2020. Eviction, unemployment, the digital divide, racial disparities and inequities. While COVID-19 has changed the lives of everyone in one way or another, for some, the pandemic only added to the challenges they were already facing every single day. When we set our campaign financial goal this year, we did so after a long conversation, lots of discussions. What was realistic? What was possible in our current environment? How would our community react? What would community response look like? It was our 4 campaign co-chairs who helped us make our final decision, and they said it best. Our community needs us. This is what we are here for. We know that people will step up, and they were right, and we are grateful. Early in 2020, we put out the call for our COVID-19 Urgent Needs Fund, and so many answered. Thank you to all of the individual donors who gave. Special thank you to all of the generous companies and organizations who donated to the fund. Your contributions supplied food, cleaning supplies, PPE, diapers, and so much more. Thank you also to the organizations who stepped up to support our community in other ways during the pandemic. The Green Bay Packers raised funds for United Way during the NFL Draft-a-thon. PNC Bank provided a donation to provide food for Clare Hall, a building designated as temporary housing for people struggling with homelessness during this public health crisis. Harley-Davidson provided a donation for the purchase of masks for our community. Amazon donated 10,000 protective face shields and delivered them to United Way nonprofit agencies. And Husco team members designed, developed, and produced a reusable face mask, then donated and delivered 800 of these masks to United Way agency partners. Thanks to these groups, as well as everyone who contributed in one way or another throughout the year. In early fall of 2020, we put out another call. Join the fight in our annual campaign. And once again, so many answered. And we say thank you. While we don't know what challenges 2021 will bring us, we do know one thing. Every time our community calls, you are ready to answer. So tonight, we celebrate you. We know so many of you have your own why for being part of United Way. We know you care deeply about community, and you don't want anyone to be left behind. Tonight, we say thank you. Thank you for joining the fight.
We fight to shift power
to marginalized communities.
I fight to engage, inspire, and transform girls and women across Milwaukee and the country.
I fight to empower those whose needs are perpetually overlooked throughout our community.
I fight so the students of our community can have safe and stable schools where they can thrive.
I fight to end hunger, homelessness, and the digital divide so that families who look like me have an opportunity.
Why do I support the United Way? Because it finds a way to support the underprivileged kids. The kids that are expected to perform the same as the others when the game they're playing in life is not fair. I fight for the underprivileged. Why? Because that underprivileged kid was me.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Benfield, Board Chair for United Way. It is so great to celebrate with all of you this evening. In early September, we kicked off our 2020 community campaign with a simple theme, the faces of change. It's not one person, it's all of us, working together to create lasting change in our community. No one exemplifies this more than our agency partners. United Way funds over 200 programs in 110 agencies throughout Milwaukee, Ozaukee, Washington, and Waukesha counties. Dedicated, compassionate, and caring, these are the people who have been doing the hard work every single day for so many in need throughout our neighborhoods. And during the pandemic, many of our agency partners remained open and offered essential services and supplies to their clients. We saw a need for shelter, a need for food, and a need for a safe environment to protect the most vulnerable in our community. Through the generous donations of so many, our agencies were able to continue their work, but it wasn't without challenges. Tonight, we asked a few of these agencies to talk to us about these challenges, to share with us how they've adapted and how United Way has helped them continue the fight.
At the very beginning with the Safer at Home order, we did connect with a local hotel that we already had an MOU with, and we were able to provide residential services at that hotel, at least for a very short time, while we kind of assessed next steps. Those survivors still were able to meet with staff. Most of that was remote, but we would drop off care packages and do safe services at the hotel. And then within time, we were able to transition that back to our on-site facility. And we currently are providing shelter on-site at our facility. We're managing at about, I would say, 65%. We're doing that to be very conscious of, what would be safe recommendations when we're thinking about social distancing and space and things like that.
I think if there's been really any silver lining for us as an organization, it has been an opportunity for us to demonstrate how nimble we are, how quickly we can adapt and respond to new and emerging needs in our community, how we can put our mission front and center and make sure that our youth and families continue to have critical resources available to them, whether that's 24-hour shelter for our teens, or our drop-in center for young adults, our street outreach program. All of those services have remained essentially unchanged, or if they've changed, they've actually been increased and ramped up in order to respond to the growing need. I think as an organization that has proven what we have learned over the last 50 years as to what it is that young people need, and we learn that by listening to them and finding out what they need from us.
Adapting has been in phases, right, if you will. First coming up with a organization COVID policy, because now we're faced with, we have to follow state and federal guidelines if we're going to reopen and do it safely and in the right manner. So just having the proper organizational regulations and all of that and making sure we're meeting the requirements. So that was one part of it. The other part is now we have to come up with the physical spacing, and so what programs are going to go where and who's going to be in what area, and just doing the social distancing and the spacing in the building. And then the other piece was, for me, we had to kind of do an assessment of our staff. So when school started up, there was a high level of anxiety and stress among a lot of staff members. And it was, we're in virtual learning, I have to work, I'm faced with, do I stay home? Do I come to work? What do I do? And so what we did is we tried to accommodate a special place in our building that was for staff's children to come in and have a space to do their virtual learning in. And so we were able to get some of our Opportunity Youth to kind of man that area. Again, they can't help the kids with their work, but just to be there to make sure that there's order, that they're being logged in, and that any questions along that line are being taken care of. So we had to help our staff first, right, and to make sure that they were comfortable and that their kids were taken care of.
When I think about United Way this year, they really stepped up with their support. So from the beginning, they reached out and they asked, what do you need? What can we do, right? They were there to kind of offer support, whether it was financial, so having some adjustments and eligibility with our allocations. It was asking, what do we need in terms of safety, right? So helping us get masks and hand sanitizer and wipes and all of the things that we needed right at the beginning, getting us connected with resources of where we can find them, and then also providing them themselves.
United Way didn't wait for us to ask for help. They reached out to us and they said, we're aware of the tech divide, the challenge that so many young people and their families are experiencing as learning has by necessity moved virtual. And what about young people who are experiencing homelessness and housing instability? What do you need in your shelter to ensure that young people, while they're staying safely with you, still have access to the technology, the computers, the internet, all of the access needs to ensure that, as difficult as it is, they can continue to virtually learn.
For me, the United Way support has been first with the constant check-ins. Right, you have emails from the staff. It's just a simple check-in, not with just needs, but then it's like, here's resources, here's additional connections. It's just they're always doing a pulse check to make sure that their partner agencies are good. And so for me, that's huge, because I know that, okay, we're kind of short on sanitizer. I can go and expect at any time that I'm gonna get an email somewhere from within United Way that says, hey, we've got a partner that wants to donate. So they've always looped in any of their resources to help the agencies that they support. And then of course, financially they've helped support too. But it's been a huge moral thing to know that United Way has just been constantly doing a check-in. And it's just a simple, we're thinking of you guys, thank you for your work.
I fight so that all families in our community have a safe place to call home.
I fight for equal access to technology because everyone deserves access to technology. Tech United lives united.
I fight because every student deserves the opportunity to succeed.
I fight because with the right tools, resources, and support, women in our community can achieve financial stability and professional opportunity. And with that, sky's the limit.
I fight to help eliminate the socioeconomic disparities in our communities.
I fight because I'm grateful for everything that I have.
When I agreed to serve as campaign co-chair this year, I had no idea that we'd be dealing simultaneously with 3 crises. A 100-year pandemic unlike anything since the Spanish flu epidemic, racial strife, and an economic downturn unlike anything since the Great Depression. 2020 has been a year filled with challenges for a lifetime, and United Way has risen to meet those challenges. In any normal year, United Way provides important linkages to struggling people, marginalized neighborhoods, and under-resourced communities that need our partnership and our support. But this year, the urgent needs became critical and in some cases even desperate, and United Way rose to the challenge. Our board, our co-chairs, Kelly Grebe, Judd Snyder, and Austin Ramirez, and our community chose to embrace those challenges and to turn them into an opportunity for those of us who are fortunate enough to have resources to weather the storms of this year, to reach deep, to stretch, and to give generously, to live united. Ironically, the three simultaneous crises actually made it easier for us to ask for support and to encourage extraordinary generosity for our unprecedented time of need. Being a co-chair this year was both a humbling and an uplifting experience for me and one of the most meaningful of my career. I've been privileged to witness firsthand the compassion and generosity of so many of you and to appreciate the resilience of the United Way staff and of our community. I'd like to express my enormous gratitude and admiration to each and all of you who've helped to make this a successful campaign. Thank you. In 2020, the words good health have never had more meaning. This year, we did everything we could to keep our family and friends safe and healthy, to slow the COVID-19 pandemic in our community, and to provide comfort and basic needs to under-resourced communities that were disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. Tonight, I want to reflect with you about the people who are doing everything in their power to keep so many in our community in good health. Established in 2007, the Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership is dedicated to improving healthcare for low-income, underserved populations in our area, with three goals of improving health outcomes, promoting health equity, and lowering the total cost of health care. The Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership brings together the region's major health systems, the Medical College of Wisconsin, community health centers, government organizations, and free clinics. We work together to ensure that no one falls through the cracks by providing uncompensated care and prevention services to vulnerable populations. Together, United Way and the Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership launched the Health Improvement Fund to support organizations that provide healthcare services to low-income and otherwise vulnerable community members. The Health Improvement Fund helps to reduce disparities, improve outcomes, and expand the capacity of organizations who serve those in the community who need it the most.
I think our medical providers have been the real heroes of this pandemic. At the beginning, there was so much fear. We didn't know how rapidly the virus would transmit, how symptomatic people would become, what the death rates would be like. Put yourself in the shoes of one of our healthcare providers. You walk into work, you put on all your protective garb, which makes you feel a little scared from the start, and then you walk up to a car with a patient you know has COVID. And then you do that 20 times during the day. And then you walk home and you go and see your husband, your kids, maybe your parents, and imagine how that feels, and the fear and the unknown, and yet the desire to serve. We healthcare providers are trained to be supportive of our patients. That's who we love. That's why we're here. I think the work of 16th Street and other community health centers in Milwaukee during the COVID pandemic has really showcased what is a community health center. We serve the folks that are most vulnerable, and so community health centers really stood up to respond quickly to the needs of those health disparities that were becoming evident very early in the pandemic. In our role as healthcare providers, we see some of the social needs that patients are experiencing as they're going through this pandemic. Patients are very scared, rightly so, not only about getting sick, but also getting their families sick or being able to continue to work. Many of the folks we serve are essential workers and work in jobs where they continued to leave their homes every day to go to work because the work was essential and because the paycheck for the family was essential. it is a challenge to educate folks on how important it is to isolate. If you have symptoms, you can't go to work because you may transmit it to others. But what if that means they can't receive a paycheck and provide food for their families? That education is difficult because we can see the choices that families are having to make, and those are really difficult choices. That comes with it a whole set of responses for the healthcare provider. Sadness, frustration, wanting to help, but can't do everything. We're all in this together, and there's so many ways that we've seen that as the pandemic has played out. We do our best to provide services no matter a patient's ability to pay. And we're part of a network of clinics across the community that rely on grants and donations to meet that need. One of the ways is through the support that we've received from the United Way, from the Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership. The Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership has been a vital leader in having a bird's eye view of healthcare in Milwaukee. Not only the health systems, but the community health centers, the free clinics. The partnership is able to see all of us and see all of our roles and where we each fit. They can also see the gaps and work to fill those gaps. So the safety net and the system in general are all collaborating and all working together. Together, the United Way and the Milwaukee Healthcare Partnership through the Health Improvement Fund provide critical support to 16th Street and other clinics that make up the safety net. Donations to the Health Improvement Fund help nonprofit clinics across the community provide critical health services to the most vulnerable of our community. I'm so proud of our staff, both our medical assistants, our nurse practitioners, physician assistants, physicians, for the work that they've done in putting themselves out there, putting themselves on the line. One of our providers said, "This is the community that is essential workers. They've been going out and working for us. Now it's our time to give back to them."
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I know that we're all eager to turn the page on 2020 and get into a new year in 2021. But for all the incredible challenges that we've faced over the last 12 months, I have very mixed emotions about this year's United Way campaign drawing to a close. Sure, it's been a lot of time and a lot of meetings and a lot of work, but I wouldn't trade the experience of being a co-chair for anything. And I'm particularly grateful for the opportunity to help lead the campaign in 2020. I've been involved with the United Way for nearly 20 years. I've always been impressed with the board and the staff and the important work that the United Way does in the community. But you don't really know an organization until you've seen it operate under pressure. So for my closing comments, I'd like to leave you with 3 lessons I've learned from working with the United Way during the year-long crisis that was 2020. First, there is no other entity in our region that can respond to urgent need like the United Way. I can't overstate this enough. The United Way knows our community, they know its needs, and they have the resources to make a difference when it really counts. Second, our United Way staff is exceptional. Working at the United Way isn't a job, it's a calling. Your United Way team rose to the challenge of 2020 and met it head-on with passion, determination, and grace. It was an honor to work alongside them. Third and finally, I'd like to remind you all that we live in the greatest city and the greatest country in the history of planet Earth. This community stepped up with incredible generosity despite plenty of reasons to just hunker down and take care of itself. We are so lucky to live in a community that's full of selfless leaders, engaged companies. So thank you to each and every one of you who worked so hard to make this year's campaign a success. and prove once again that here in Milwaukee, we truly do live united. While we couldn't be together in 2020, our community certainly found ways to stay connected and reach out to others. Here are just a few of the things our United Way volunteers accomplished in 2020. Early in the pandemic, volunteers were mobilized to assist with the increase in Impact 211 calls. At one point, 211 received over 1,000 calls per day. We connected volunteers to urgent needs at local food pantries. We brought together volunteers to create masks for healthcare and other essential service providers as part of Mask Up Milwaukee. Volunteers continued to connect with people throughout the year by writing notes of encouragement. Recipients included healthcare workers, local students and teachers, and individuals and families experiencing homelessness. Volunteers made weekly wellness calls to local seniors. They not only socialized over the phone, but checked to make sure that the individuals had the resources they need to stay healthy and safe. We launched the 2020 version of our Intern Day of Action, featuring unique virtual opportunities. We provided support for job seekers with our men's and women's jobs seminars, including virtual presentations and an online employment resource center. Our Backpack Coalition provided support for students learning in the classroom as well as the dining room. Volunteers assembled flashcards for local students, helping them to continue their learning at home. Volunteers at several essential workplaces packed care packages, including health and hygiene items, fight the flu kits, winter care kits, and healthy snack packs. And this year, our holiday giving tree went virtual, providing gifts for individuals and families in need. As we look to 2021, we look to celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. through community service. Thank you to everyone who raised a hand in 2020. You have truly made a difference in the lives of so many.
I fight so our families are safer and more stable, our children are healthier, and our students are better educated. I fight for a better and stronger community for all.
I fight so every man, woman, boy, and girl will feel valued in our community. I fight so that every adult who is earning a wage will earn a family-supporting wage. I fight so that there is equity for everyone in our community.
I fight because we need solutions that are proven and scaled to make a difference in our community.
I fight so that our descendants, each generation, will start higher, achieve more, and stumble less. Together, we can ensure that hope, love, and equality win.
We fight for access to technology and career opportunities for all.
I fight for a school system that is safe and inclusive for everyone.
I fight to hold our leaders accountable to the values of justice and equality.
I fight to make sure that all people are treated with human dignity and kindness.
We fight for you.
Good evening, everyone. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. And I cannot believe that we are at the end of the 2020 United Way campaign. So much has happened and not happened in 2020 that in some ways it seems like a long, long time ago that I agreed to be a co-chair for the 2020 campaign. But in other ways, it seems like it was just yesterday. No matter what the challenges have brought to us in 2020, I will always be immensely proud to have been a co-chair for this year's campaign. I would like to start by saying some thank yous. First, thank you to the incredible United Way staff, who in the most challenging of times stepped up and ensured that we ran an innovative, creative, and robust 2020 campaign. And at the same time, they made sure that those that were in need in our community were provided with assistance. Thank you. I would also like to thank our incredibly generous community of Milwaukee and Waukesha County donors. Your philanthropy continued. You did not disappoint. Even with all of the challenges that 2020 brought, you also stepped up to ensure that we had a very successful United Way campaign. Thank you. Finally, I would like to thank my co-chairs, Austin, Judd, and John. It has been such a privilege co-chairing this year's campaign with you, and I have very much enjoyed getting to know each of you a little bit better. Together, we were able to accomplish a lot in this very challenging year. So thank you. I am very proud of the work that we did. So for those of you that are here tonight, you are here because you are supporters of United Way. And my only ask of you is that please continue to advocate for the United Way. United Way does so much good in our community. And if each of you go out and tell another person, that's one more person that we may be able to add as a United Way supporter. So thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for everything that you will do. It has been my pleasure to serve as a co-chair for the 2020 campaign. Thank you. At the heart of our 2020 campaign is our support from the workplaces and organizations who run an annual campaign. We have nearly 1,500 companies and organizations who run a campaign, and to them, we say thank you. We know this year has been especially challenging for so many reasons. We love seeing how everyone has adapted their strategies on how to engage their employees and staff. We want to take a moment to thank the small and mid-sized companies for their significant increase in their overall campaigns. Just as every donor makes a difference, every business, no matter how large or small, is critical to our success. We want to say thank you to all of our companies, but a special thank you to the companies who each contributed over $1 million in employee and retiree gifts, special events, and corporate support. Tonight, we celebrate our $1 million companies.
United, we fight.
United, we fight.
United, we fight.
For every person in our community.
We fight for
Milwaukee,
Ozaki,
Washington, and Waukesha County.
Because we are
the hand raisers,
the game changers.
And during this crazy year of 2020, we see the needs of so many in our community.
And we are ready to help.
We Energies fights for our community. We invest in economic health to improve opportunities and support education for a brighter future, and are ever present serving customers, neighbors, and friends.
Baird fights for health, education, and financial stability in every community.
At BMO, we fight for zero barriers to inclusion, equity, and an inclusive recovery for us all.
Ascension, Wisconsin delivers healing inside our walls and outside. Our mission calls us to care for people who are poor and vulnerable and advocate for access to healthy food, safe neighborhoods, and stable housing for those in need.
Husker fights to end educational inequality in our region and ensure that every single child has access to a high-performing school.
Johnson Controls fights for safe, smart, sustainable communities where everyone can realize their full potential.
FROEDTERT Health fights COVID-19 and fights for access to healthcare for all. We fight for the many factors outside of healthcare that affect your health: food, housing, education, and jobs.
Throughout the pandemic and beyond, Advocate Aurora Health fights for the well-being of our patients, our communities, and our healthcare heroes, not only to fight this pandemic, but to help close the disparities that exist within our communities.
Northwestern Mutual fights for all children and families in need because they're our neighbors and because we know that Milwaukee is stronger when our community is united.
Rockwell Automation fights to improve the quality of education, including right here in Milwaukee, home to our global headquarters. Together with our employees, we expand human possibility.
We fight to create a healthy, safe, and prosperous community.
We are
the $1 Million Companies.
The $1 Million Companies.
The $1 Million Companies.
Alone, we can do a lot.
United, we can change the world.
To live better.
We must live united.
I fight for a community where we all can thrive, regardless of race, income, or zip code.
I fight to balance the scale for socially and economically disadvantaged youth in our community.
I fight so that all children have the opportunity to learn, thrive, and succeed.
I fight to support those that want a better life for themselves so they can have the opportunity to build that life that they want beyond the circumstances that they're given.
I fight for Tequity so that everyone in our community has access to the technology they need to be successful.
I fight because representation matters and second chances matter, and for a better and more just society.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, what a year we've been through. I know I speak for all four of us when I say we've been truly honored to have been able to co-chair Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County's United Way campaign this year. In a year that's anything but normal, and at a time when community need is truly extraordinary. It's a year like this that magnifies the profound pride I have in our Milwaukee community. Your commitment in a time of need and uncertainty was exemplary. We've seen so many campaigns outperform this year, and I've been touched to see so many of you make the personal choice to give at a higher level at a time when so many have such urgent need. You put your bodies there in volunteering, your voices there in leading, and your resources there in trying to make sure that no one is left behind. This has definitely been the most rewarding part of this past year, seeing our community rise up with a united voice and a generosity exceeding our already high expectations. Our United Way is focused on a number of key issue areas that resonate so well with the work we're committed to at BMO. At BMO, we recently announced a 5-year, $5 billion commitment to address key barriers faced by minority businesses, communities, and families across the United States. Through lending, investment, giving, and engagement in our local communities, we are tackling barriers to inclusion in the financial services industry to create more opportunity for recovery and success. We recognize that an inclusive economic recovery is critical for all of us to be successful. This is echoed by the United Way's initiative focused on reducing barriers to employment and advancement, specifically in our African American community. At a time when we're recognizing and grappling with the impact of historic inequities, especially in our communities of color, the fact that both BMO and United Way chose this as an area of focus makes me especially proud to be part of this important work. Thanks again to all of you, staff, volunteers, donors, and champions. Your work, your commitment, and your passion was inspirational this past year. Thank you for everything you've done.
One of the great incentives of the annual campaign is our Give and Win sweepstakes. Every person who donated a new or increased gift of $25, $50, $75, or $100 to United Way's Community Fund was automatically entered in the Give and Win sweepstakes. The Community Fund is the most efficient and powerful way for all of us to invest in our community. It allows United Way to invest in programs that are measurable, sustainable, and meet current community needs. Last year, over 213,000 people were helped by United Way funded programs, all because of contributions to the Community Fund. Each year at closing, we have some fun as we surprise our Give and Win sweepstakes winners with their prize announcements. Since it's 2020, the Prize Patrol had to find new ways to surprise and celebrate our winners, but that certainly didn't lessen the excitement.
Let's get this Zoom meeting started here. Click on that. All right, Prize Patrol, are you ready? Yeah!
Hey, it's great to be here. All right.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. You know, this is really one of our favorite days of the year. And we just know that this year it's just going to be just a little different. So for those of you who don't know, what we normally do is we all pile in the volunteer van. We drive out to various companies throughout our area, and we award prizes to the winners of our Give and Win sweepstakes. Well, it's 2020, so we're just going to do things just a little differently this year. We're going to actually pile into the virtual volunteer van, and we're going to connect with people online. But we're still going to make it a surprise, and we're still going to have a lot of fun. So before we get started, I want to see if anybody here has any questions. Anybody have any questions? Dave, yes. Dave, you're on mute. Dave, you're on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can, yes.
Okay, so my question is when we're actually, going to be with the award winner, should we be off mute?
Yeah, that's a great idea, Dave. Thank you. Yep. Practice that.
Perfect. Thanks.
On and off button. So.
All right.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
I have a question.
I have a question.
You go.
You go.
No, go
you go.
I insist.
It's
go
fine.
ahead.
I was just gonna.
We'll figure it all out. We'll figure it out. All right, Prize Patrol. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's go. We're ready. Let's get started.
The virtual volunteer van headed down the information superhighway, and we made our first stop at Northwestern Mutual. It's here we met our first winner.
Hey, Mick.
Hey, Mick.
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Busy morning for you.
Yeah. Oh, good. Hey, what's going on with this Zoom? I see like.
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Jennifer, thanks for letting me pop into the meeting. Hi, Mick. I'm Dan from United Way. Nice to see you.
Hey, Dan. Nice to see you too.
We have kind of a surprise for you today. Normally, what we do this time of year is we go out and we have our Give and Win Prize Patrol. Well, because it's 2020, we're doing things a little bit differently. But I am so pleased to say that, Mick, you are a winner of one of our prizes. So congratulations.
Okay, cool.
I've got some friends who I want to introduce you to help us celebrate. Nick, we are so happy to have the sponsor of this prize, Will from Marcus Hotel and Resorts, who is here with us, and he's going to tell you exactly what you've won.
Absolutely, Mick. Congratulations. I want to first start off by letting everyone know I read the Milwaukee Biz Times this morning, and Amy Lindner had a little piece in there that said, when everyone comes to the table, to include nonprofit experts, business leaders, and community members, great things happen. And because of people like you and the donations that you make, great things do happen with United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County. And I'm here to let you know that you, Mick, are the winner of the Grand Geneva Prize Package, which will include 2 nights in a junior suite, golf for 2 on either of the golf courses. You'll receive a dining credit and access to the Geneva Club Lounge. So congratulations. Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you guys. And truly, guys, it is such an honor to support United Way. I'm a longtime giver, and United Way is fantastic. And thank you to all of you guys for all that you're doing to make United Way strong. And this is really cool, you guys. Thank you.
Prize Patrol cranked up the Wi-Fi and headed toward their next virtual destination, We Energies.
Hey, Rob.
I have to turn you over here. Dan from the United Way is going to take over the meeting, and just wanted to make sure you were available and everything's working. So Dan, you want to take it over?
Thank you, Brad. Yes, thanks. Hi, Rob. Hello. You're probably wondering why we're doing a presentation just for you. So I have a confession to make. We are not really doing a United Way presentation for you. We are here, this is the United Way Prize Patrol, and we are here to celebrate you and your donation to United Way. Because you gave a new or increased gift to the community fund this year for United Way, you were automatically entered into our Give and Win sweepstakes. And Rob, you were chosen one of our winners. Congratulations.
Wow.
Rob, I am very pleased to introduce you to Jack from the Milwaukee Bucks, who's going to tell you about what you've won. Jack?
Rob, congratulations. You are the winner of a Bucks fan package, which includes 4 lower level tickets to a Milwaukee Bucks home game and a signed Bucks jersey. We can't thank you enough for supporting United Way, and we're really excited to see you at a game soon.
Wow, thank you.
Rob, we just want to say thank you for your support of United Way. Thank you for living united, and congratulations.
All right, thank you very much.
In 2 clicks of the mouse, we were on our way to our 3rd location, Rockwell Automation.
Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Long time no see.
Hey, I am so sorry to interrupt. I am Dan from United Way. Jesus, we're here for a special announcement just for you. And Sarah has let me kind of crash your meeting.
Of course.
I want to introduce some friends from United Way who we have a special announcement for you. So let's bring in all of our friends.
Yeah!
Jesus, this is our Give and Win Prize Patrol. We are from United Way, and we have been going around and giving prizes to people who have made donations to United Way's community fund. So anyone who gives a new or increased gift is automatically entered into our Give and Win sweepstakes. And I am so proud to say that you are a winner. So congratulations.
Oh, wow. That's unexpected. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm very flattered.
So, Jesus, let me introduce you to the president of Verlo, Dirk Stallman, who's going to tell you what you've won. Dirk?
So Jesus, on behalf of Verlo and Marcus Corporation, I wanted to thank you for your donation to United Way. Marcus Corp has been a proud supporter for many, many years, and we're so excited to be awarding you a free Verlo V5 mattress and box spring, including free delivery and removal. So
wonderful.
You're ready to enjoy some peaceful slumber amidst the pandemic and being confined at home. And congratulations, and thank you again on behalf of all of us at United Way.
Thank you. This is very unexpected, and what a pleasant surprise. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Jesus. We also have one more winner, and is Warren with us? Warren, thank you for joining us. We are from United Way. We are the Give and Win Prize Patrol. We have been going around and awarding prizes to people throughout the community. And because of your donation to United Way, we're proud to say that you are one of our winners. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Warren, I want to introduce you to Cecilia Gore, Brewers Community Foundation Executive Director, and she's going to tell you what you've won.
Well, hey, Warren, it's Cecilia Gore from Brewers Community Foundation. And I just want you to know, by participating with United Way, you have knocked it out of the park. And I can tell you, if I had Bernie and the famous racing sausages here, they'd all be rallying around you and letting you know how much we appreciate your contribution. So you have won a prize package from Milwaukee Brewers Baseball. And you know we're playing baseball next year, so prepare yourself. You're going to win 4 field level tickets to a mutually agreed upon game, a customized jersey, and we'll have a really cool gift bag for you. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you're a baseball lover. Thank you for your gift to United Way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
The prize patrol held on tight as we made a virtual U-turn and made our way back to Northwestern Mutual to surprise another winner.
Hey, Vinny. Can you hear me?
Hey, Gordon, good. I can hear you just fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Wednesday, man.
Happy Wednesday, halfway there.
We're halfway there, exactly.
Hey, Goran and Vinny, sorry to interrupt your meeting here.
How's it going?
Good. I'm Dan from United Way. We are here to visit you, Vinny. We have a special announcement for you. Every year we do our Give and Win prize sweepstakes. We go out and we award prizes to various people throughout the community. Vinny, I want to introduce you to some friends of mine who are here to help celebrate you. So come on in, everybody.
Yeah.
Go, Vinny.
Vinny, we are here to celebrate you. You are a winner in our Give and Win sweepstakes. I am so happy to introduce the sponsor of this prize. It's Ellen from Zilber, and she's going to tell you exactly what you won. So Ellen, take it away.
All right. Hey, Vinny. Thanks so much for supporting the United Way and all the efforts.
My pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. They put so much effort towards making our communities better. They connect people to vital resources. And you know what? They couldn't do that without the funding that comes from donations like yours. So we're very proud to say, Vinny, that because of your gift to United Way, you're the winner of a Cocoa Beach vacation.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Thank you so much. I can't believe it.
So let me give you some details about what you've won. You won a 7-day stay at the resort on Cocoa Beach in sunny and warm Florida, plus $1,000 for your travel costs.
Okay. Oh my God, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For our next winner, we set our GPS to a home in Wauwatosa, and we were ready to present curbside delivery of our next prize.
Hi, Patty, it's Dan.
Hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for doing this with us. We want to celebrate you. So right now, I'm just going to bring a few friends on the screen to help us celebrate you. Say hi to Patty. Well, we appreciate your support of United Way over the years. We appreciate your support this year. I am so pleased to introduce you to the sponsor of our prize. And here is Julie Anding to tell you what you've won. Julie?
Hi, Patty. Good morning to you and congratulations. And thank you so much for supporting United Way. Your gift is going to be incredibly helpful to the good work that everybody is trying to do. And I want to share the exciting news with you today that I'm from Harley Davidson and you've won a 2020 Lowrider motorcycle from Harley Davidson. Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
You're breaking mama.
Yes.
Patty, let me show you what it looks like. There it is. That's your bike.
Congratulations.
Well, we want to keep this short and simple. We want to say thank you for your support. Thank you for being a great supporter over the years of United Way. We want to thank Harley Davidson and congratulations, Patty.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Our final URL was put into the navigation bar, and we were off to the offices of Foley and Lardner.
Thank you both very much for joining us this morning for our small focus group. I'm going to introduce you to Dan Herda from United Way, and I'll let him take over from here.
Good morning to both of you. We just want to ask you a few questions and talk to you a little bit this morning about United Way. Greg, I'm going to start with you. Tell me what you know about our Give and Win sweepstakes each year.
Not too much, just that it happens mostly.
Yeah, well, it does happen. And got a confession to make to both of you. This isn't exactly a focus group. We're actually here to present a prize in our Give and Win sweepstakes. And let me introduce to you our prize patrol standing right behind me here. Say hi, everybody.
Hey! Yeah.
So, Greg, because of your donation to the community fund, you are a winner in this year's Give and Win sweepstakes. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Mark Weirman, the president of Exonia Bank, to tell you what you've won. Mark?
Thank you, Dan, and thank you to you and the rest of United Way staff and all the volunteers on the call here for really putting this together and making this happen. You guys are the one who were behind the scenes make this work for us. And Greg, thank you for making your donation to United Way and your support. Exonia Bank's been honored to be part of the Give and Win sweepstakes along with United Way for several years now, and it's a little more fun to do this in person, as Dan mentioned, but in person or not, it's always fun to tell someone when they won a prize. So Greg, you are the winner of $3,000. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Greg. But I will say that we're not quite done yet. We actually do have one more winner, and that is you, Chris. So I understand that you're very active in the United Way campaign. Tell us about what you do.
Well, this year I was asked to be a captain for one of our teams. So we try and motivate different groups in the firm to donate. And I was sending out messages, letting people know that they could, how they could, why they should. So it was a fun addition to my at-home work and being part of the campaign.
Well, we are so pleased to award you with a prize. And I want to introduce my friend Anne-Marie from Johnson Controls, who's going to tell you what you've won. Anne-Marie?
Hi, Chris. Well, thanks for all of your work with your United Way campaign. I work on United Way for Johnson Controls, and I know all the work and the efforts and the blood, sweat, and tears that go into that. So on behalf of Johnson Controls, I am so proud to tell you that you are the winner of a 2020 Nissan Kicks.
It's a new car!
Nissan Kicks is a subcompact SUV. So that is now your car, and we are just so happy that you are going to be able to drive that fun car.
Again, thank you for your donation to United Way, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
As we come to the end of our campaign, it's time for us to share with you the total dollars raised during this year's campaign.
We've said it before, and we will say it again. Our community needs us. This is what we are here for.
You've shown us all that when our community calls, there are so many people ready to answer.
You truly are the faces of change. As a community, we set a goal of $55 million. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please.
Thank you for everything you've done throughout 2020.
Thank you to everyone who donated and volunteered in our annual campaign.
Thank you for letting everyone know the change does not happen alone.
And thank you for truly showing the world what it means to live united. Good night, everyone.